Oh, jeez. No, I mean, sparing no time. Rebecca Scott getting right into the thick of things with Nikii Duke, someone that we've acknowledged no strangers to one another, have faced each other a handful of times, and actually, Rebecca Scott was Nikii Duke's first match of her in-ring career. What a full circle moment to be challenging for the Global Fighting Championship here at CCW.
But like we noted earlier, Rebecca Scott, CCW Return of the Year, and ever since she's returned, she's been laying down a path of destruction in front of her.
There is no doubt about that. Such impressive skill we have seen on display. Been seeing a lot of MMA, a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu influence in the offense of Rebecca Scott. But, inventive pinfall. Now tying up the lower limbs of Rebecca Scott is Nikii Duke. Now able to reverse, jogging for position, could be looking for an armbar of sorts.
You know, Alyssa, you noted these two was Rebecca Scott's first matchup, and these two trained together in real life too, so they know each other's movesets and repertoires inside and out, so that's an even extra layer that Rebecca Scott now has to overcome in the corner. Beautiful display of athleticism from Nikii Duke there.
Yeah, Nikii Duke, the former junior Olympic gymnast, showing that incredible acrobatic ability. But Rebecca Scott straight to the midsection. A flurry of knee strikes, and has Nikii Duke bear down on the mat.
You know, Rebecca Scott said that CCW was her home, and Nikii Duke walked into her home uninvited, you know, and that's a tough thing to say for two former friends here now.
Former friends, definitely not on the friendliest of terms. I think, if I'm not wrong, I think Megan Bain is the only one that both of them kind of get along with from their training group.
Yeah, and Megan Bain we saw initially when Rebecca Scott won the CCW Global Fighting Championship way back a couple months ago.
And returning back to action, it looks like Rebecca Scott trying to break the arm of Nikii Duke. It'll be hard to do any back handsprings with one incapacitated arm. Now wrapping it around the middle rope and getting right in the face of referee Nick Shin. Rebecca Scott, she may be small, but she is mighty.
You know, we talked about training. She's been taking up BJJ training and really upping her game here in her recent matches.
Wait, but the shoulders are down. Not enough for a new champion. Could you imagine walking into CCW in your in-ring debut and walking out as the Global Fighting Champion?
A lot of eyes are on Nikii Duke right now, Alyssa, to say the least. But you know who else is watching this matchup? The new #1 contender, Gabby Ortiz.
And two, we did see Rebecca Scott so confident that she would be walking out of this match and still Global Fighting Champion, that had her eyes on the on the #1 contenders match earlier tonight.
Rebecca Scott now taunting Nikii Duke.
Oh, and now again, all that damage on the arm, on the shoulder of Nikii Duke. Rebecca Scott seeming very pleased with her work so far. They have to keep an eye out for that double arm bar, double submission.
Looks like Rebecca Scott is kind of toying with Nikii Duke, but obviously now Nikii Duke fighting back.
Duke gets the boot up, and Zaguri straight to the cheek of Rebecca Scott, who's now in a heap, trying to fight her way back to her feet.
This is the window of opportunity that Nikii Duke needs to get back into this matchup. Or can she capitalize on it?
It looks like she's trying. Laying her out. Oh, goodness. Incredible showing. Could we see a new champ? That very impressive front handspring clothesline. All of the years of gymnastics since she was roughly 4 years old on display for Nikii Duke. Ruby said she plans to come out of here showcasing her dominance. Wants to do it as the new CCW Global Fighting Champ. Will we see it?
Rebecca Scott defiantly kicking out at 1 here.
Now, scaling up. Oh, but caught by Rebecca Scott. Nikii Duke down on the mat. Not enough to keep her down. Rebecca Scott just haranguing Nick Shin about her longtime stay here at CCW, but you got to keep your eyes on the prize if you want to keep your championship.
Nikii Duke looking to go for a second try at up top. Will it pay off this time?
And the moonsault, but it doesn't connect. Rebecca Scott able to roll out of harm's way.
Rebecca Scott, the more experienced of the two, not by much, but definitely has that in-ring awareness, and now putting an armbar to Nikii Duke.
Oh, that's it. Nikii Duke taps out.
Here's your winner, by submission, and still Global Fighting Champion, Rebecca Scott.
A great showing by Nikii Duke in her CCW debut. Hold on. I don't think Rebecca Scott's done. Rebecca trying to make an example of Nikii Duke. The match is over.
Duke is tapping.
Nikii Duke trying to do anything in her power to try and make that submission end. But it's on Rebecca Scott's terms, Ella.
And one thing's for certain, Rebecca Scott now has to pivot her focus now to the gift of Gabby Ortiz now, as she earned her spot.
Rosaria here with Rebecca Scott. Tonight you just successfully beat Nikii Duke for the Global Fighting Championship. And I have never seen you that intense. How are you feeling right now?
Did you have any doubt that I was going to do that? Because, again, I'm a broken record here. Every time I'm here, I tell you what I'm going to do before the match, and nobody believes me. Maybe now we're going to really start respecting me, right?
Absolutely.
I went out there, I showed what RJS can do, and now I'm ready for a more worthy opponent.
And speaking of that, up next, you have Gabby Ortiz.
Yes, Gabby Ortiz. It's really cool being here at CCW because I feel like I just went out and I picked my own opponent. Right? That's kind of how it happened. I say what goes, and anybody who has a problem with that can come do something about it.
You heard it here from Rebecca Scott herself.